Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this Invictus Racing League, the F3 League. I am your host with the most, Malk. Tonight, we're at the glorious, glorious race of Bahrain. We're going to have a full grid. Looks like there's going to be a full-on grid tonight. And for the first time ever, this might be a trial one anyway, for the first time ever, we'll be doing it through 60 frames per second on the Twitch stream tonight. So, might work, might not work, so I do apologise if the quality's not that great, but I'll try. It's just a worth trial out anyway, but we are live and exclusive anyway. So we're just going to see what's going to happen here next. But a bit of a recap. Like I said, I watched I watched some of the strategy stuff from the practice on Sunday night with the podcast stuff. And it was quite interesting stuff because Tej was really on fire on the practice stuff. But anything could happen tonight. Anything could happen. But you just never know what to expect. Just never ever know what to expect, ladies and gentlemen. But it should be a good one. So it should be a real good one. I'm just going to get some inside stuff. So, Steve is in the Force India. F1 Richard 67 is in the I was going to say Ferrari, the McLaren. Brennan's is in the Red Bull, which gives him wings. The Willow, on his debut season of the Invictus Racing League, he has done well in the pre-season races, so it should be a good one to watch. Sab's in the Merc. Captain Steve's in the Williams. D-Boy Dan is in the Toro Rosso. Nigel Gash is in the Red Bull. Steele is in the Sauber. Fasconi's in the Ferrari. Brixie, another newcomer into the F3 League. He's in the, which I believe is the Toro Rosso. Snoop Dogg, Markey, it should be in the Sauber. Daniel Dahl, another newcomer in the Renault. BW Clyde's in the Merc. Notorious is in the Force India. White Eagle is in the Haas. Tedra is in, aka Tom, is in the Merc. The Williams. Sorry, do apologise. Bougi's in the Renault. Just seen. Ferocious Dan is in the McLaren, and Mike is in the Ferrari. But however, we're going to watch the very first live lap of the qualifying for White Eagle. What can White Eagle do on another newcomer, actually? I say newcomer, but he should be doing all right. To be fair, it should be a good battle here. See what he can do. It looks like he had an invalidated lap. So, D-Boy Dan? No. Willow? I'm going to go with Willow because the White Eagles looks like he hasn't got his the energy right up to 5, so he might have to do another lap in here. But watching it from everyone's point of view, the Willow's on the soft tyre. Well, everyone else is either on the super softs or on the medium. So there's quite interesting stuff here, ladies and gentlemen. Quite interesting stuff here. But looking at it from this point of view here, I think the Willow, based on what I've seen in the pre-season races, it should be interesting stuff. Because he'll be one to watch this season if he can keep it consistent. So it should be interesting stuff here. But looking at it from this point of view, the Willow needs to get, I think, in the Performance League last night, 1:28 were the ones with the fastest times. For the F3 equal performance, I reckon he'll be in the 28-29s. So that's what I'm expecting tonight. So, just interesting stuff here. But what can Willow do? He's doing everything possible on his debut season, on this debut race. And I can't stop saying debut. Oh, damn! The 133.2 is White Eagle. From what I've seen on the ERS, the ERS, he looked like he's not actually doing his lap. So, I've just bailed out on that one. So, White Eagle's done the 133.2. And the Willow's just started with my prediction of 128, between 128 and 129, and he's done the fastest lap. Mike's on the 130s, on the medium time, so that's quite a good time, to be fair. Ferocious Dan, I'd say that. Ferocious Dan, both McLarens are in the top 4 at the minute, so they're the ones to watch this season. Oh, brilliant! Brilliant! Absolutely brilliant from Brilliant. He's on fire at the minute with a 128.6 on the Super Softs. The Super Softs. Brilliant stuff. Who else is coming up? I'm going to watch O'Stephen. O'Stephen, like I said, last season he was really struggling. I really hope that he will get some decent points in tonight. Nigel Cash has done a 131.2. Briggs has done a 129.1 on the Super Softs. Bougie, don't blame it on him, with a 128.9. We've an O'Stephen with a 12th at the minute. He's on 9th at the minute. He's on 9th with a 130.5. Good time from him. May not be enough for the best times of a 129.4 from Sab for the mediums. That's a great time from him, to be fair. Only 8 tenths off from the top for the Super Softs. 2 tenths off the soft tyres from the Willow. So that's a good time from the Willow. From Sab, sorry, I could pronounce it there. Ferocious Dan. Ferocious Dan, I don't know what actually happened with him. He must have had a crash. Oh, brilliant! Brilliant! I was saying 128. I just done 128.6 on the soft tyre. Absolutely brilliant lap from the Willow. Oh my god. Brilliant stuff. D-Boy Dan has just crossed over the line with a 130 flat. We're coming up to the 12-minute marker. This is going to be very interesting stuff. But what can Fasconi do on the Ferrari? The burning Ferrari. What can he do? Will he have good friends with the Italians? I don't know. He needs to get a good momentum. He's with teammates with Mike. Same with the Performance League as well. So what can he do? He's done a 132.1. Still not good enough for the medium tyres. Steele's done a 130.2. So that's a cracking lap from him. Brilliant. Brilliant. Anyone? D-Boy Dan trying to do another lap in, I think. I might be wrong. Oh no! He's lost it on turn 10. I was going to talk about the track itself before I was going to carry on. But we've got on the track here. There was a Ferrari there. I'm not sure what happened. I think that might be Mike on that one. But can anyone catch up? FRH needs to go back in. Oh, Stephen, he's a little bit quicker on his time from 129, so that's a good time with the medium stuff. But he needs to try and get... He's a second behind the leader at the minute. I want Stephen to try and aim for at least top 6. That's going to be his aim. I think that will be his aim for this season because he has been really unlucky. And I'll keep saying this every time, but he needs to get that bounce back ability. And I'm not about the football stuff like with... but he does need to bounce back to say, right, this is my opportunity here. He's on less ERS now, so I think he won't do enough. We've got yellow flags set to 3 now, which is, I think, nitrogen, which I think he has lost fuel. Silly, but oh my god, Steele wants all the grass. He wanted all the grass. I don't know why. Doesn't give him much wings or anything like that. Absolutely insane stuff. Fasconi moved up to 4th with a 129 flat on the mediums. That's a brilliant time. Brilliant. Oh, brilliant stuff. But this is the best times that you see with the best tyres. Bear in mind, these are not the tyres that you'll see. So this is absolutely insane stuff. With 9 minutes 40 of the Invictus Racing League, the F3 League. Good evening to everyone that's joining tonight. I do apologise if it's lagging at any point. I will have to stop the stream because this is the first time ever I'm going to use the 60 frames per second tonight. So we'll have to wait and see how it goes now. So Fasconi is doing everything possible. He's going back into the pits now. I'm going to Snoop Dogg Marky. The last few races, he had a few debut races last season, but this is his actual debut season. Proper debut season. But what can he do? This is his proper lapping on the soft tyre at the minute. Yellow flag set to 1. Something must have happened at the turn 1 there, just. Something must have happened at turn 1. We'll have to... Oh, he's gone wide. That might compromise. It looked like a Toro Rosso. It looked like a Toro Rosso just gone wide. It must have been... either Briggs, I think it might be Briggsy. Yeah, I think that might be Briggs. He's just gone wide or lost the braking point on turn one. But Snoop Dogg Mark, done a 29 seconds here. That's not enough. You need to get into the 28s or at least into the high 27s to stand any chance of getting some decent time. Based on that, he might have to match what D-Boy Dan is doing with 130 on the soft tire, which is not ideal. Realistically, if Briggsy must have lost it on that turn 10. I just seen at the background there, but Snoop Dogg Mark is trying to do everything possible. Brennan's did a 126, Booty's done a 28.9, Vasconi's done a 29 flat, Briggsy 29.1, F1 Richard 29.3. This is going to be interesting stuff here. Absolutely insane stuff. But Snoop Dogg, what can he do? What can he do if he B's and Q's it here? Absolutely insane stuff. But he might get a 29s, 29.2. But that was invalidated. That was an invalidated lap. White Eagle is doing his lapping now. But where's Tom? Tom's doing his lapping. He's on the last bit of the glass corners now from turn 15 then. Coming up to there, 29.4. 29.4 on the mediums. That's not bad time. 4 tenths off better off Fasconi, but it's going to be interesting stuff here, ladies and gentlemen. If you just joined us, guys, I hope you follow, subscribe, or whatever you want to do. Send us your comments. See who you think is going to do well in the qualifying. Who do you think is going to do well in the race tonight? Going to be very interesting stuff here. But looking at it from everyone's point of view here, Tom's done a 29.4. As I was speaking to him like a few weeks ago, he really wants to try and get some decent, a decent season because. Oh, no! Oh, Sillybank would not be happy with Tej, aka Tom. Snoop Dogg. What happened to him? He must have gone back to pits. Possibly. No, because he was still doing his lap at the time. Oh no, that was Snoop. Sorry, I was right on the second time. He did crash. Snoop Dogg crashed on turn the unlucky 13. Unlucky 13 for Snoop Dogg. I did say he might do well this season, and hopefully that doesn't compromise as a commentator's curse this season. But D-Boy Dan, oh, he was a 10th off the Willow time. Oh, you forget the wind of the Willows, but that's just insane stuff here. F1 Richards done a 28.8. He's 5 tenths quicker. He might do. This might be the pole lap. This might be the pole lap. But he's got Stephen. We might have a bit of a boost here. There's a slipstream. Oh, brilliant! Brilliant! 27.9 from Burgie. I'm not going to blame on him, but he's done a fantastic job. Oh, well, that's my prediction gone out the window there. Oh, a 28.2. A 28.2 from F1 Richard. He's really have been improving left, right, and beeping centre. And fair play to him. He deserves that. He deserves it. Can he do it for the rest of the season? I don't know. I don't know. We're under the 5-minute marker. We're under the 5-minute marker here. Someone's moved up. D-Boy Dance, Nigergash. Yes, Nigergash. Nigergash moves up to 6. That's a good qualifying time from him from the soft tyres, to be fair. I know it's not quicker than Boogie's, but still, if he can, at least he's 3 tenths second off from the Willow, because that is a great time from Nigergash. He needed that boost. He's, like I said, last season he'd been really unlucky. Same with the season before. Oh, he nearly lost it on that corner there. And he does good Midlands accents when he can on that one. But that's just, fair play to him. Absolutely insane stuff. But what can O'Stephen do? O'Stephen doing his lapping. He's 10th quicker on his spare time. So he might get into the 28s here if he's lucky. And not to avoid any contact with the corners. Cutting it. Coming up to the last corner of turn 14. Coming up to turn 15 now. And here we go. He might get to the 28s. Oh, 28.8. Brilliant time. Absolutely belter Fasconi's on the fastest lap now. He's going to do his lap in now. Sab done a 29.4 on the mediums. This is absolutely insane stuff. Daniel hasn't done his lap in yet, but what can he do on the last few corners? We're coming up to the 3-minute marker. Would anyone improve? Would anyone get Buji's time or massively improve it? Oh, absolutely insane stuff. Absolutely insane stuff. But what can you do? What can Daniel do on his debut season? We've got quite a few drivers who are on their debut season. I tell you what. This might be a good battle. This might be a good battle here. Daniel, what can he do? Daniel Dow. Oh, 28.6 on the mediums. On the mediums. Oh, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Oh, what happened? D-Boy Downs was disqualified. Eh? Apparently blocking the pit lane. What? Oh, don't tell me there's been another problem. Oh, I hope not. Saab done a 28.5. That's a great time from him. Fantastic time. Daniel's the one to watch tonight. Unless anyone improves their times. I think that might be Notorious. Notorious just went... I think he's just trying to let some of the guys... Yeah, to let some of the guys through. Hopefully it won't compromise too much there. But White Eagle, where Nigel Gash has retired from the session. Yellow flags set as 1 and 3. He is on the mediums at the minute. Needs to improve on that one, but we're coming up to the 1 minute marker. The 1 minute marker. Absolutely insane stuff. So here we go. What can Steele do? Steele is on with... Oh, sorry, wrong. Oh, I'll do the bad timings. 1 minute marker just gone now. So absolutely insane stuff here. What can Steele do on the soft tyres? Gone a little bit on halfway through there, but a second quicker. Yellow flags sectors 2 and 3. One of the McLarens. F1 Richard, a 28.2. This is going to be interesting stuff here. What can Steele do? He needs to get into the 28s and quick. Oh, I was watching him. Might be a bit of a delay with the countdown. Might be a bit of a delay. That was bad timing of the countdown. That was rubbish. I do apologise. I was trying to get it spot on. But Bougi's done a 27.9. F1 Richard. Steele did a 28.4. Steele did a 28.4. But Mike's done a 28.4 as well. What can Captain? Captain. He's done a 28.7. 28.7. Notorious. Notorious is the only one who's not done a lap in. Going to watch it from his point of view now. Notorious. I ain't saying that for years. The former F2 champion, doing everything possible. Going yellow flags in sector 2 now. Trying to do everything he can on the soft tyre. He needs to get better than 128.7. A 128.7. He needs to get in. If he wants to do well, he needs to get 128.6 as quickly as possible. And I don't think that's going to happen. A 29.1. A 29.1. Sorry, 1 minute 29.1. Oh, so that would have been quick. Mike strolling back. something must have happened. So he's going back into the pits. But I tell you what, guys. I tell you what. Bougie started off the season with a flyer of a lap. A banger of a lap on that one. And I'll tell you what. I did say him. F1 Richard. Ferocious Dan did a 29.9 on the mediums. So if Ferocious Dan really wants to challenge for the title, he needs to get a good start. Brennans will be the one would have to do a two-stop. Unfortunately, he would have to do a two-stop because he has to start on the super softs. But it depends on how much he can do. He might do the one stop with super soft mediums, but that will be longer. Now the soft tyres, the tyres only lasted about 14 laps. So considering they've only done 3 laps, the pre-lap, the banker lap, and the the normal lap as well. Mike's just going to the pits with a bit of a lag there. Hopefully that doesn't compromise too much there, but look at it from that point of view. Bougie in first, F1 Richard second, Steele in third, Mike in fourth, so that's still good times there. Here are your short qualifying for the Bahrain Grand Prix for the Invictus Racing League F3 League. You got Bougie in first, F1 Richard second, Steele in third, Mike in fourth, Saab in fifth, The Willows sixth, Danielle seventh, Brennans in eighth, Captain Steve ninth, Fasconi 10th, O'Stephen 11th, Nigel Gash 12th, BW Clyde 13th, Briggsy 14th, Notorious 15th, Tom is in 16th, Ferocious Dan in 17th, White Eagle 18th, Snoop Dogg Marky 19th, and I think that was Debo Dan. I can't remember. I do apologise if I got it wrong. I just had to try and do it as quickly as possible. So still trying to see what happens here tonight at the glorious race of Bahrain. First time streaming it live and exclusive on the 60 frames per second, so you might see some interesting start. I do apologise if you get any lag on it. This is only the first and only time I'm going to try it. Hopefully it'll be alright, crossing my fingers. But before I carry on, I'll talk about the track itself. This is what I should have said at the start. But we're at the Bahrain International Circuit with a 3.363 miles with a 5.412 kilometres. We're doing 29 laps of the 50% race, 29 laps of the Bahrain Grand Prix. The most crucial turns is basically the first 3 corners. So just making sure you get that spot on there. I think turn 10 where it's like a sharp left-hand corner, so you need to get that spot on there. For me, turn 13 where you have to it's like a slow right-hander, but you have to get momentum right, so it just depends on how it all goes and stuff. But turn 14, 15, what you need to get a better exit to try and get that final bit of momentum in this race itself. So we're just waiting for the guys to get themselves prepped up and ready to go. We will be doing the formation lap. This is the Equal Performance League for the F3 League that you're watching now, full grid, and that's what a brilliant start. I'm not sure what exactly happened there. There's a bit of a delay from the back there. Massive delay from the back. Hopefully that doesn't compromise too much there, but so I'm quite interested about the bottom half of the grid. So as you can see, you got O'Stephen, Nigagash, Briggsy, Tej, Ferocious Dan, and D-Boy Dan. Have all got the mediums. They've all got the mediums. Quite interesting stuff here. Peter McClyde, Notorious, and White Eagle, they've gone for the soft tyre. Snoop Dogg, Marky, he's going to try and risk it for a beeping biscuit for a super softs. He'll need to get past, pretty much try and get to the same stage as where Brennan's is in 8th, so he can try and match them guys, to be fair. And Snoop Dogg, as I said, ironically, with the commentator's curse, has a DSQ. I'm not sure what happened between the guys here, but hopefully that doesn't affect the lobby and stuff. But this will be quite interesting stuff here. But looking at it from the point of view, Brennan's and Snoop Dogg would have to do really well to try and get a good start from this race. I will try and cover as much of the area as possible, but with the camera view at the turn 1, it's always difficult stuff. It's always very difficult. But I can't wait for the start of the season. I cannot wait. I really cannot wait. It's just absolutely insane stuff. Steele's got a DSQ. There's something going on about the DSQ. I'm not sure why, but hopefully that might sort out soon. So still watching from everyone's point of view here. Everyone's all set up and ready to go. Bougie will try and aim for his first ever title of Invictus. He'd be on the one to watch, to be fair, as well. But the one to watch at the minute is Danielle Dow, who's on the medium tyre. So he'll be the one to watch. So we might kick it off. We're all set and ready to go. Here we go. 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 red lights for the F3 League. And it's go, go, go. Oh, Snoop Dogg's dropped down. There's quite a few people dropped down there. Oh my God. Burgess had a clean through there. Oh, a little bit of cut. Oh, no, 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 no. No. Oh, absolutely gutting for Stephen. We're going to have a 2 or 3 in the beds. Oh, brilliant. Sam's moved up to 3rd. Brilliant. Oh, what a move. Vasconi. Twos. Oh, my throat's going to be in agony tonight. Absolutely brilliant. Willow, who's had a great qualifying, gone right down to 11th. Oh, my God. I do apologise if I can't get all the action going on, but this might be... Oh my God, this is absolutely insane stuff here. Frosty drops down to 12th now because of that incident there. Oh my God, Nitrogas just dropped right down to 20th. Oh, I did not want that at all, but Sab's catching up to F1 Richard, who's really struggling on the soft tyre at the minute. Frosty drops down to 13th now, so the McLaren boys are going to have some really working on now. White Eagles moved on to 12th at the moment, but I'm still watching it from Sam's point of view. Oh, who's that steal? WD-40 with a WD click over 66 here. But Sam's trying to go up to the second place. He's had a fantastic start to the F3 League at the minute. Oh my God. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Tej and Frosh down side by side, 2 in the bed. Brilliant. Oh, I don't want to clip. Oh my God. This is absolutely insane stuff here. Brilliant driving from everyone. Snoop Dogg. Oh, 2 in the bed. 2 in a bed. Brilliant. Oh, brilliant stuff. Brilliant. Oh my God. This is brilliant stuff. Oh my God, I do apologise if I get too much overhyped here because there's so much battles going on. I just saw McLaren and the Snoop Dogg. Oh my God, brilliant. Snoop Dogg needs to get ahead as quickly as possible. Oh, Frosty really struggling at the minute. Oh my God, this is brilliant stuff. Absolutely fantastic racing here, ladies and gentlemen. Ferocious Dan Ferocious Stan's trying to close in on Snoop Dogg, but watching it from the Willow, who had a great qualifying, but he's really struggling with the race itself. It's dropped down to 10th. So he had a good qualifying from 5th, 6th. Watching Mike's boyfriend. Oh my god, Fasconi really trying to get ahead. Bucci's still the fastest lap of 132. Point. Whatever. Fasconi moves up. He might have a 2. No, yes, 2. 2 in the beds. Oh! Brennans and Fasconi. Oh, that could have been nasty there. That could have been really nasty. Danielle's moved on to 4th now. Oh, Captain Steve. Gonna have the advantage here. He did win last night in the Performance League. Last night. Side by side. My God, that could have been nasty stuff. But Mike, he's holding on. We'll try and hold on here, but oh my God, this is absolutely insane stuff. Oh, White. Oh, no. Something must happen between White Eagle and Beadway Clyde. So the Ferocious Stan trying to do everything possible. Mike's doing everything he can to defend. Ferocious Stan side by side with the 2. White Eagle. No, I don't know which one. Vasco. I don't know what to say next. Ferocious Stan got a little bit wide there, but White Eagle doing everything possible. Captain Steve. Mike's going on the outside, trying on the inside now. But Captain Steve's going on the inside now. This will be a battle here for. But I really want to try it. Saab might have a chance. 2. Brilliant. Danielle drops down to 5th. F4 drops down to 3rd. Saab moves on to 6th. Fasconi, move. Would anyone just let me have a break? Absolutely insane stuff. Oh, Stephen doing everything he can. Oh my God, it nearly could have caused there. Oh my God, you need 2 commentators. If you've got 20 drivers tonight. This is, I'm trying everything I can to get everyone's battles in. I am absolutely knackered. And it's only lap 4:29. I need a break. Oh my God, this is absolutely insane stuff here. The first stint is always the manic one, and that's the bestest stints ever in Invictus Racing Leagues. Oh my God, this is throughout the whole race, it's just absolutely fantastic. F3 last season. If you just joined us, ladies and gentlemen, good evening to you all. D-Boy Dan's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings here. So we might have a 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 car battle from. We might have a couple of. Bucci's done a 132.2. He's really on fire at the minute, so he's really want to try. 131.9 from Saab. This is the chance now for. Anyone close? Captain Stiff doing everything possible to try and close in on Mike. Oh, that could have been nasty, but Captain Stiff just holding on there for 8th. That could have been really nasty there, but Tej, what a move from Tej, just trying to get past Beadway Clyde for 13th place. Oh, Beadway Clyde's got the advantage of. Oh, it could have been side by side through the S's. Oh my God, brilliant. Insane in the membrane. Oh. Don't panic for the Dad's Army moment. I'm not panicking. I'm just absolutely gobsmacked that we've got like four or five battles left, right, and centre. And which one do you pick out of all of them? Which one do you pick? As you can see, Ferocious Stan doing everything possible. Brennan's has got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. He did not want that at all. Snoop Dogg from 19th moves up to 12th. Ferocious Stan, Beadway Clyde. Oh, it's crashed. Beadway Clyde's crashed. Something must have happened. We've got a virtual safety car, ladies and gentlemen. Because of that, Reynolds has gone in. Vasco's got a 5-second stop-go penalty. Severe collision with Danielle. Oh, it's DNF'd. DSQ. I think that's a DSQ. Something must happen from Vasconi. Still got the virtual safety car at the minute. Still got the virtual safety car, so that it shouldn't be long now. So Beatty Clyde, interesting stuff. Beatty Clyde had crashed at turn unlucky 13. And during that virtual safety car, Vasconi, it looked like he had a black flag there, but I might be wrong. Oh my God, Notorious! Debo Dice got another 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Brenos is retired. Oh, he's crashed! Where has he crashed? Where has he crashed? I'm speechless. The last lap so far, we've had might have 2 DNFs. I'm not sure what happened to Vasconi. We'll have to have a look. But he has left the session. So, Captain Stiff already defending now. Mike's trying to go for the defend. Captain Stiff trying to get Mike off the slipstream. So, they'll have to hold the position. Mike, 2 in a bed. 2 in a bed. 2! Oh! Fair play. Oh no! Fair play. Fair play to these guys here. Brilliant driving. Absolutely insane stuff. But what? Captain Stiff holding on for 7th. I thought the Willow might have had the chance to get ahead of Captain Stiff. Oh my God, this is absolutely brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. I think Vasconi has left the session. We might have a 4-5 car battle, as you could see there, from Mike all the way down to Notorious. So this is a one-off battle here. Lap 7 of 29. We're nowhere near. Mike's gone off and back on quickly. So, brilliant stuff from these guys here. Brilliant stuff. If you just joined us, guys, please make sure you follow, subscribe, comment, please. That would be much appreciated. We're not on the F3 League tonight. We're also got the F2s and the F1 League at the same time tonight. So, but we not only do equal performances, we do the realistic ones on the Tuesday nights with Performance Leagues 1 and 2 and the No Assist League on the Monday night. So Mike, I probably would have gone right there, but Mike doing everything he can, but he was a sitting duck. But this is a chance now. Captain Steve will need to pull away. He need to catch up to Danielle Dell if he wants to stand any chance. But what the Willow? The Willow tries to do everything possible to forget the win of the Willows. But Mike's got a little bit wide there. Oh, side by side. Oh my God. The Sauber. Oh, what a move. Snoop Dogg. Oh, what a move. The two still going. Oh, what a move. Oh, what a move from Snoop Dogg. What a move from that. Brilliant. Brilliant. And we're only on lap 8. But the Willows tried to do everything possible to get on Snoop Dogg. Marky. You want to wrap this up. I can't. Oh, that was bad. But I'll try to do everything possible. Willow try to do everything he can to try and get into the 8th possible. But this is absolutely brilliant racing. And this is the F3 League. This is the F3 League. Brilliant. Absolutely beeping brilliant. I want more of this. And I can't wait for it. Snoop Dogg pits. Snoop Dogg's the first person to pit, and I wouldn't be surprised because of the super softs. So, oh, this could have been nasty there, but Briggsy. Oh, I thought that was a bit of an overtake there, but. So here we go. What can Notorious do? Notorious has a little bit of a glance at the Willow for 8th place. So this is interesting stuff here. Oh, it could have been. Oh, you could. Oh my God, that could have been. Looked like a bit of a bang. Oh my God, Willow. Oh. Oh no. We might have an issue with the gears. If you got the gear, if you remembered early in the year or before, but when it came out, we had the gears stuck. Oh. Notorious is a little bit lagging at me, but hopefully that doesn't compromise too much. Some of the guys are all a bit spread out now. This will be a chance to see who can capitalise on it. Notorious. Notorious. Oh. Oh. I don't know what. Oh my God. This could have been nasty. Where's Notorious? Oh, that could have been nasty there. I'm hoping it doesn't compromise too much here, but watching it from everyone's point of view. So, Willow's doing everything he can. We're on lap 10 of 29. Bougie holding on for first. Saab in second. F1 Richards in third. Steele is in fourth. Danielle Dow in fifth. Captain Stiff is in sixth. Reynolds has left the session. Captain Stiff is in sixth. Mike's in seventh. Notorious is in eighth. The Willow that I'm watching now is in ninth. Tom, I might watch it from Tom's point of view from 10th place. Might get ninth here. No, he's holding on. He's just taking it cool, taking it easy here. Which I don't blame him on that one. But can anyone blame on the bougie tonight? He'll have a boogie of a bougie on that one. It'll be like that, guys. That's just absolutely insane in the main brain. Brilliant. Captain Stiff, try closing on Daniel Dow for the medium stuff. Will it be close? Yes. Oh, I've done the move. I'm watching it from the back as well. Watch the back. Watch the back. Oh, Tom's trying to keep it cool and calm, and hopefully not too much under pressure here. But he's in 10th at the minute. But he has to watch out for the fighting Ferocious Dan. Snoop Dogg, Mark, he's done the fastest lap of 1:31.3. Brilliant lap from him. Fantastic lap from lap 11 or 29. So the Willow's doing everything he can to try and close in on Notorious. But he is struggling. Like, Notorious is struggling. This is the time now for the soft tyres. Possibly the next lap. The next lap, or anything between lap 12 and 15, or 11 to 14 in tyre laps, if you call them. That's the optimal now. These tyres must be going now. Captain Stiff Daniel Dow. I was quite interested to see what happens. Would Captain Stiff win a second race in a row in the same week? It's like waiting for the bus. It's like I've waited all that time to win a race, and then also you win more than that one. Boogie's in the pits. F1 Richard is in the pits. Saab, Steele, they all got in. They've all blinked. They have all blinked. Would White Eagle carry on? Yes, he will. But where is Bougie? Would be ahead, but where's White Eagle? Oh, who was that? Briggsy! Briggsy, but not with a Giggsy! Oh, absolutely insane! Notorious has left the session. Something must happen. White Eagle's trying to do everything he can to get back into the top, to get into at least 9th. Bougy's already pitted, so he would have an advantage to get ahead of the others. But bear in mind, Captain Stiff, Daniel Dow will be on the softs on lap 19. Oh, Briggsy! Briggsy! Would he be the Ryan Giggsy or the winger? Oh, he might not. Bougy's really struggling on the mediums, but this may bring Briggsy side by side. Oh, brilliant! Brilliant stuff from Briggsy. Oh, brilliant stuff. But what can White Eagle do? Watching it from his point of view, Bougy's really struggling. Sab's got a 5-second stop-go penalty for speeding the pit lane. That'll be his one and only pit stop. Sab and Steele, they've all pitted. And Mike's pitted as well. Bougy. They need to get ahead of Sab. He needs to get ahead of Sab. Which would do... Oh, where's Sab? Sab has just gone ahead of Bougy. Because of that mistake from Bougy on turn 10, that's cost him. That's cost him, which could be a win. Could be a podium. Could be. But bear in mind, the people who are on the mediums on like laps 12 already, they will go on the soft tyre at the end of the race. So they would fight to try and get ahead of the guys who are already on the mediums, which would be absolutely knackering. I think 17 to 18 laps with the mediums. Oh my god! Do you want to get any closer? Don't blame it on the Bougy. Don't blame it on the Bougy. Oh, brilliant! Side by side. No. Do not do this. No. Oh, I thought he was going to do side by side. Could have been great. But F1 Richard, White Eagle's really struggling with the soft tyre. You need to pit. White Eagle. I was going to say White Eagle with the Eager Beaver, but White Eagle will have to pit. Look at the tyres. Look at his tyres. They're like a massive line in the middle. They could go bang. At any moment, yeah, he'll need to go in. And fair play to White Eagle. Fair play to him. Briggs has tried closing in on Bougy, who's just gone in with fresh medium tyres. However, Briggs is on the older medium tyres so far. So lap 18 will be the one to watch. Willow's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. That is not good for the Willow. Willow's on the super softs. Willow is on the super softs. Interesting stuff here, but Snoop Dogg marking on the oh my god, oh Stephen! I tell you what, that could have been nasty stuff. He's going for the inside. A bit of a bonsai moment there. A bit of a bonsai moment there from Snoop Dogg Markey. But where's Steele? Steele. Oh, what a move from Steele. So he's on a charge at the minute. Absolutely insane, the memory. I think Snoop Dogg would have to pit again, because he did start on the super softs. And Willow would have to pit again for the super softs anyway. So still watching those Stephen Steele. So the guys are all a little bit spread out now. So lap 15 and 29 of well, we're on the halfway marker, shall we say, of the Invictus Racing League F3 League. And I'll tell you what, you have just missed a cracker of a start from the majority of the drivers. On lap 6, there's been a crash from BW Clyde. And then after that, we had Brennons who had I'm not sure what happened to him. Same with Notorious, and Fasconi has lost connection. Oh my God, that could have been closer to the Willows trying to do everything possible. Oh, that could have been nasty, but they might have a good advantage here. Oh, fair play to these two drivers here. Fair play to these two. These are really ding-dong battles here. Willow would have the advantage of the DRS straight. So, F1 Richard, who I think would do well in the drivers and in the constructors this season. Captain Stiff goes in. F1 Richard's taking it easy, trying to get past Brixie, who's on 14 lap medium tyres. Captain Stiff is, I think it's a bit early for the soft tyre, but to be fair to him, he did. D-Boydad's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. F1 Richard moves past Brixie on the DRS straight. He's moved up to 6th place, so fair play to him. But Steele will do everything they can on the two Sauber teammates. Would they split? Would they let them through? Boy. Oh, what do you do? Steele, would Steele Steele holding on for 9th. However, he doesn't want to get involved with Snoop Dogg Marquis' race because it might compromise both of their drivers. Because I know Snoop Dogg would have to pit anyway. He would have to pit. Mike. To be fair, Ferocious Dan, Tej and Daniel Dahl, they're still going on. I'll be more worried about Captain Stiff's time on the softs near the end of the race. I still think it's a lap too early. Or 2 laps too early, I think. That's my opinion. But Mike's on the fresh and medium tyres trying to close in on Stephen for 12th place at the moment here. And I'll tell you what, Ferocious Dan, Tej and Daniel Dahl, they've all pitted now. They've all pitted. So where are they going to come out? Oh, and Mike, oh, I was going to say, Stephen goes out. But where's Tej? Tej just coming out. Yeah. Oh, the two drivers here absolutely going to have a ding-dong battle here. Tej would have the faster time on the soft tyre. So, D-Boy does got a 5-second stop-go penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So Tej is doing everything he can. Steele, Captain Stiff, he made a move on Steele. Oh no, missed it. Captain Stiff will do everything he can to try and get ahead. But I would watch out for Tej. I would watch out for Tej at the minute because if you can see at the background there, that's where he is now. So Snoop Dogg, as you just seen, side by side with Brixie with a Geeksy. Oh my God, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. The Willow's strong. Oh, side by side, two in a bed, brilliant. What a move! But where's Snoop? Danny Dow's retired. Oh, Snoop just got ahead. Danny Dow's retired. Watch it. Oh, what a move from Captain Stiff. That would have been a fantastic move. But Captain Stiff to the fastest lap of 131.2. And he's really charging like he did last night in the Performance League 2. He's really going for the second win of the race. Well, of his career of Invictus Racing League. As I said earlier, he might have won. Oh! That could have been nasty. That could have been really, really nasty there between Snoop Dogg and Captain Stiff. But like I said, he doesn't want to have a battle with Snoop Dogg too much because Captain Stiff needs to get past to stand any chance of challenging for the top 3 at the moment. At this stage, at the minute, would be a fantastic achievement for him. At the moment, this is a massive advantage for Captain Stiff. We should have the DRS. Where's Snoop Dogg? Snoop Dogg's on 2. 2. Just keeping it easy. Needs to get past as quickly as possible if he wants to try and get ahead of Snoop Dogg. So this is going to be very, very interesting. Oh, Willow's just gone wide there. And of course, Steele's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, so he must have gone a little bit wide at turn 12, I believe. But what can you do? Captain Stiff, as I said, he'll be battling out for his second win of his Invictus Racing League career in a matter of this week. So, Captain Stiff moves up. Briggsy has got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, so Captain Stiff gets past Snoop Dogg Mark, who's on 10 laps of the softs. So this is the one where the White Eagle's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings now. Oh, this is absolutely insane stuff here. And what do you do? Oh my god. So trying to get it from everyone's point of view here. As you can see from a little bit from the background, you can see Tom trying to close in on Steele. You got Snoop Dogg trying to close in on Steele's really... Oh my god, that could have been nasty. Steele's on the racing line. Tej. Oh, where's... Steele's got a 5-second stop-go penalty. So Steele will be at... We'll have to wait and see what happens. I was trying to get the L2, R2 buttons ready, but I was pointing at the wrong one. But Tej has moved up to 7th at the moment now, so Snoop Dogg would have to pit again. I think he would have to pit again. Unless he's going for the super softs. I would pit now. If I was him, I would have pitted now. But this is really risky if he's going to go all the way. He's got 9 laps. 9 laps of the soft tyre. And it's 14 laps properly. I don't think that's going to happen. It's like, I can't believe it's not. But can you... Dan, D-boy Dan. Mike's really going for it now. Steele and Mike. Mike Steele. Oh, brilliant stuff. Absolutely brilliant. Fantastic racing here, ladies and gentlemen. Fantastico. Magnifico. Magnifico. But Mike's trying to do everything he can to try and close in on Steele for 8th place. And this is the only battle closer. Sab's still in the lead with 1st. Boogie's in 2nd. After his fantastic qualifying lap. F1 Richards in 3rd. But like I said, Captain Stiff will be the one to watch. But I'll be very worried about his tyre wear come near the end of the race. Possibly on lap 28, 29. But hopefully I'm wrong. And I don't want to cause a... So, Daniel Dow says he's had an error. Could not start again because we had a bug in the pit lane. Okay, no worries, Daniel Dow. Oh, we might have a 3-car battle here. Yellow flags, sectors 2 and 3. Watch it from this point of view here. What can Mike do? Mike will try to close in on Steele. First, don't try and close in on Mike. Mike's going to try and go on the inside. Steele holds on. Adrian Steele, WD, click with a 66. Oh, what can he do? What can Mike do? What can they do to get some decent points in tonight? Oh, Mike! No! Ferocious Dan! Mike? No! Ferocious Dan, no! Yes! What a move! What a move! Oh, what a move from Ferocious Dan. That is the best move I've seen. Switcheroo. The old switcheroo. Steele struggling on those mediums at the minute. They're not. They would be on optimal temperatures right about now, but Verstappen is on the fresher soft tyres at the minute. So this will be the one to watch now. Oh, that could have been nasty going back into the track there. But Verstappen, seeing the opportunity here, he doesn't want to stay here too long. He wants to try and get past as quickly as possible. Side by side, two in the bed. Oh, brilliant. Yellow flag on sector 1. Something must happen. But watching it from their point of view, we could have had a 3 in the bed if Mike joined up. Someone ahead. Something must happen. D-Boy Dan has retired. DNF. A little bit over the curb there, but oh, Steele. Something must have happened from D-Boy Dan because Steele had to stop. He had to stop during that time. D-Boy Dan has left the session. Because of that, I wouldn't be surprised if that goes to the stewards of that inquiry there. But Stephen trying to close in on Brixie for 11th place. He's doing everything he can. Everything that he can to try and close in. So on lap 22 of 29 of the Invictus Racing League, the F3 League, sorry. So this is quite interesting stuff here. The situation as it is, the Snoop and Willow would have to pit again unless they are going to go all the way, which is going to be very impossible because those tyres must be absolutely killing. Snoop's tyres must be absolutely killing by now, and I think he's going all the way. Same with the Willow on the Super Softs, 11 laps. Oh God, Brixie went wide there. But yeah, this is a little bit spread out now. And it's always manic. But F1 Richard. Booge is really struggling with the tyres. He's already at the same pit stop as F1 Richard. But F1 Richard looks like he's got the momentum going. So both of them on the 4 ERS mode. As you can see from the bottom right corner. There, but Morna could try and get back to the Tej Meister, or the old veteran as I always call him. Alright, here we go, don't panic! Oh, brilliant! Brilliant move from Tej, aka Tom, brilliant stuff. But the Willow might have the advantage here. Yellow flag on sector 3. Something must happen at the back end. Still yellow flag on sector 3 now. Yellow flags sectors 2 and 3 now. Still yellow flags sector 3. And that's gone now. So with the Willows really struggling with those tyres. As you can see, those tyres will be absolutely killing. So you could try and do everything you can to tighten it up. But O'Stephen will try and do everything possible to try and close in on Brixie, who's on a lap lesser on the tyres than compared to O'Stephen. Nigel Gash has retired from the session. We had 20 started and we had 15 now. Willow's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. And the O'Stephen guy, this guy, no, not that guy. Brixie's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. It looked like I didn't have enough room there between them two, but that will need to have a check. But O'Stephen, Nigel Gash has left the session. Yeah, O'Stephen trying to do everything possible to go. Oh my God, that could have been nasty between O'Stephen and Brixie. We're on lap 24 of 29 of the Invictus Racing League, the F3 League, the brand new season. Season 2 of the F1 2018 game, but Season 7 of Invictus Racing League as a whole. That's a great achievement. from everyone at the admin crew and everyone else there. So fantastic stuff here. But also, if you love this close racing battle going on, you need to sign up to the Invictus Racing League site and sign them up. And hopefully, at the moment we're on the PS4 leagues, so hopefully you might want to consider joining if you want to do either the No Assist League, the Performance Leagues, or maybe the Equal Leagues. Or if you don't want to do the racing and you want to do commentary like I'm doing at the minute, sign them up. Send us your comments, send us your views, what you think is going to happen. So, F1 Richard, try and close in on Bougie. I was going to say, would Captain Stiff do his first ever bounce, like back-to-back wins on the same track on the same week? That would have been fantastical, magnifico. But the Willow dropped down to 7th. Snoop Dogg, 16 laps on the softs. His tyres would be absolutely screaming. The Willows will be the same as well. Turn 13, the unlucky turn on some of the drivers here. But the first is out trying to do everything possible to try and get past as quickly as possible. And he's two in a bed. Brilliant. The Willow will have the advantage of the DRS straight. However, he doesn't want to push too much hard because of the tyre wear. Oh my god. Will the Willow? Oh, he's holding on for Ocean. He's holding on for 7th. Brilliant holding there. But, oh, Willow! Something must have happened. He's going to be on... I think his tyres are gone. Is the tyres gone? Yeah, it looks like... Oh... Ooh. I think his tyres must have been gone. That would have been risky with those super softs to go all the way to the end. Snoop Dogg would be doing it the same here. F1 Richard might have a chance to try and close in on Bougie for 2nd place. This will be a massive advantage to get any chance of getting some more decent points. But as you can see from the background, Captain Stiff doing everything possible to try and close in. This will be one of the closest battles races in the last few laps for tonight. And if it's anything to go by for the rest of the season, this is absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. White Eagle moves up to 12 because of the Willow. I think he lost his tyre. But watching F1 Richard doing everything he can to get closing in on there. But I haven't mentioned about Sab. Sab did fantastic last week in the Hungarian Grand Prix for the pre-season races. He's only been on one pre-season race. So this will be a massive advantage. We've got yellow flags set as 2 and 3, which I believe it could be the Willow as well. So Captain Stiff doing everything possible. Watching it from Captain Stiff's point of view. Yellow flags set to 3. Willow has retired. We've had 20 racing. We've got 12 remaining. Fasconi did get disconnected earlier on in the race. So 20 stand, 12 stood so far at the Bahrain Grand Prix. And as you can see, the Willow, I think that was Willow's car that just sort of parked up at the back on the left hand side. But Captain Steve might have a chance to try and get into the podium stuff. And he does! But where's F1 Richard? Oh, fair play. Mutual respect with the two drivers here. Trying not to cause any collision there, but Snoop Dogg drops down to 6th. Tej moves up to 5th now. Massive advantage for the Williams team to get some decent points in tonight. They would be in the lead actually going tonight's race if it stays like this. However, are we going to see a late charge from Captain Stiff to try and close in on Bougie? I think it'll be too much now to close in on Sab, in my personal opinion. But for us to stand, the Willow has left the session. I think Snoop Dogg has lost. Yeah, I think Snoop Dogg has lost his tyre as well. So we might have another battle here from Brixie O'Stephen. So we're coming up to the final lap, and as you can see from the end there, lap 29 of 29, yellow flags set to 2 now, so I believe that might be Snoop Dogg Marquee. So Steele moves up to 8, but Captain Stiff doing everything possible. F1 Richards doing everything he can. This will be between Williams and the McLaren for the top 2 as of coming through tonight's race. So Brixie moves up to 10th now, gets ahead. No, O'Stephen moves up. O'Stephen backs into 10th. What a move. But this will be a ding-dong battle here between... Look! You could actually see this might be the closest race that you might ever see. O'Stephen moves up to 9th. Snoop Dogg. Oh, Captain Stiff tried everything possible. But I believe, as you can see, Sab's holding on for first. Sab's doing a magnificent race. Brilliant stuff from him. But what can F1 Richard do? Brixie would try to do everything possible to try and get into 9th. But O'Stephen would have a fantastic race tonight to get into 9th place. But I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, what you see is what you get. Sab did a fantastic race. He needs to get ahead of Bougie, and he's absolutely delighted. Fantastic news from him. Sab's got a 5-second. Oh! Sab crosses the line, but Bougie's actually won. Bougie's actually won the F3 race tonight. Sab won the race, but because of his 5-second stop-go penalty, he's dropped him down to 4th. So congratulations to Sab when crossing the line, but congratulations to Bougie on the first place. Captain Stiff in 2nd, F1 Richard in 3rd. If I was Sab, I'll be absolutely, I'll be kicking. He would have been fantastic. Sab in 4th, Tej in 5th, Ferocious Daniels in 6th, Mike's in 7th, Steele's in 8th. Right, O'Stephen and Brixie try and cross the line now for 9th and 10th respectively. I'm just going to wait for White Eagle and Snoop Dogg to try and see what happens next. So yeah, this is just absolutely insane stuff here. And Snoop Dogg Marquee has lost his fuel on the last lap. Saab has left the session. He would have been absolutely gutted. I would be absolutely gutted. But fair play to the guys here tonight. It's been a fantastic race. I absolutely loved it from the moment it started to what it is now. And well done. Fantastic race. I feel sorry for Sab because that was one of the most fantastic races he's ever done. Bougie got first, then Captain Stiff, and then F1 Richard. So fantastic drives from these two. But yeah, what a race. And I thought this was going to be a battle between Captain Stiff and the guys who are on the medium tyres. Same with F1 Richard as well. Do the race director. So just get all them quickly before. There we go. So here are your race classification for the Bahrain Grand Prix for the F3 League. You got Bougie in first, Captain Steve in second, F1 Richard in third, Saab in fourth, Tej in fifth, Ferrostan sixth, Mike seventh, Steele in eighth, Stephen ninth, Briggsy 10th, Y Eagle 11th, Snoop Dogg Markey is in 12th, Frasco in 13th, Willow 14th, Nigel Gash 15th, D-Boy Dan 16th, Danielle 17th, Notorious 18th, Brenno's 19th, and Biddy Clyde in 20th. From 13th downwards, they've all had a DNF or disconnection. So now I'm going to invite the guys for the top three to see what happens next. So if you bear with me a sec, guys. Sorry about this, guys. If you just bear with me a sec. Oh, don't know what happened there. Uh, so I'm waiting for the guys to get them into the chats. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what happens next. But before I do anything like that, I'm waiting for the guys to make themselves in there before we kick off. So I'm just going to say, before we carry on, guys, can you make sure you got your allow voices to be shared? If you don't know where that is, make sure you go to the party and the party settings, and make sure your allow voice is to be allowed as always. So,
Mark, it's Richard, can you hear me?
yes, I can hear you, mate.
Hi, buddy. You're
I
right.
don't, not too bad. I'm not sure if the guys can hear you as well, but that's just want to make sure you got your allow voice to be shared as well.
Yep.
Uh, so Bougie, you all good for the
Yeah, a little bit of a cough, but yeah, I'm all good. All
call?
good.
So, Captain, you got your. Oh, you would have had your allow voice to be shared anyway.
Yeah, I'm all good.
Nice one. And F1 Richard, you've got your set, haven't you?
I have now, yeah.
Nice one. So I'm going to talk to the guys about the race itself, and then after my questions to them, I'll be talking about their next race, which is El Español, with the Spain track. So first off, I'll talk to Bougie, the winner of tonight's race, which I might need to have a look at with the race results as well. But yeah, Bougie crossed over the line after the penalty from Sab, and then Captain Steve, and then F1 Richard. So good evening, guys. Good evening, Bougie. How you doing?
Fantastic. Yeah,
You,
really good.
oh, I'm not going to blame on you every time, aren't I? If you get into the podiums each time. So, what a fantastic race. Did you at any point thought that you would have got first tonight?
Um, uh, yeah, like obviously I heard about this stuff going on with Sab and the stop go penalty. I'm not sure if that's gonna come into play or if he had to serve it or not. But I had a really terrible pit stop. It was awful. The whole thing was really bad. So he ended up undercutting me. And but myself, Richard, and him all seemed to be pretty. It was cat and mouse at the end. It was just waiting for someone to mess up, I guess, and no one did. So it was, yeah, it was pretty scary at the end because you had to be really consistent. Richard was on my case the whole time.
Yeah, because what I saw from that stint that you did, Bougie, when you came out for the fresh medium tyres, it looked like that um, you had a struggling time to get past the people to try and get
Outlap.
past Sab.
Yeah, yeah, the outlap was really tough. When I came out, like Briggsy went past me. Medium tyres are shocking at the best of times when you first come out the pits. And Briggsy got past me, and then I struggled to get back past Briggsy again, and I overcooked the little mini hairpin before that second DRS straight. It was just a really bad outlap, and I didn't get off the clutch. It was stuck when I was trying to get out of the pit, so I had a really slow pit stop as well, which was really annoying because my start was great. I pulled off really quick.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
looked. Sorry, carry on.
No, yeah, go for it, yeah.
Sorry about that. I didn't mean to intrude on that one.
No, sorry.
It's Tom says he's starting to start on hard to drive. Yeah, the mediums. Good evening to Tom who's just joined in the stream as well. But for the guys who started on the mediums, it was pretty much tough to be fair. But for you guys, you did a cracking lap of the qualifier. Where did you get that from tonight?
Do you know what? I don't know. And the funny thing is, I don't really like Bahrain.
Oh, really?
I don't. I've never done well in Bahrain. I think I've DNF'd every time I've done it competitively, which isn't many. It's twice, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like it because I've always struggled with the tires and the mediums. It was disgusting when I came out of the pits on those mediums. I did not enjoy those first few laps on the mediums at all.
Yeah, it's interesting stuff because I was trying, I was trying to see what would happen between. As I said earlier, I was trying to see if how you could have catched up to Sab, who I thought you would have gone a little bit further than unless your tyres were completely gone at that point when you had the softs. But you looked like you had a struggling, as you said, struggling start to get back into try and catch up to Sab. But did you at any point had a chance to try and catch him during the race at any point, or did you was just hoping to hold on at the time, second place?
There was a time like when he first came out on the mediums, and I realised he was ahead of me. I got stuck behind Briggsy. He opened up about a 4 second gap, and at that point, I was like, okay, second will do. And then I started to creep into like the 1.5 seconds off him, but then out of nowhere, Richard was on my case. I didn't even consider who was behind me, and I saw Richard like a second behind me. I was like, oh my god. So I had to, and I'm terrible at managing ERS as well, and I really had to focus on doing that because I thought Richard was going to end up passing me, but that closed the gap to Sab as well. So we all were in 3 seconds of each other at one point.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah, just one more recap actually, because as you saw from the back, you had Captain Stiff charging on the softs tonight. Did you at any point thought that you was going to be worried that he might have caught up to you during the race on the second
Yeah,
stint?
well, I saw him again. I didn't see him until he caught up to Richard, and he started giving Richard a hard time, which kind of eased off the Richard on me, which helped. So yeah, cheers, Stiff. Battling Richard, 'cause it put the pressure off me a little bit, which was nice towards the end of the race. Richard had his own little battle with Stiff at the end, so that helped out. But he got past Richard like second to last lap, maybe, I think, and I saw he was on soft, so I was like, right, I seriously can't mess up because he'll be right on me. But yeah, that helped, that little battle for me.
Fair enough. And it's like you've done well to driven, and you're keeping that momentum going from last season anyway. So it's going to be a tough. Like I said, one more question actually. Do you think is there any rivals that you've seen as of tonight and in the pre-season that you know that they'll be the ones to watch this season?
I genuinely don't know. Like Richard last season, both of the McLarens tended to be in and around those guys quite a lot.
Yeah.
Last season, Willow, I had a good battle with him in the pre-season race, but he wasn't up there today. And Stiff always seems to do like a reverse strategy, so he's always quick at the end of the race, or from my memory, that's what he seems to do. So he's always quick.
He's found me out.
So you've always got to watch out for Stiff at the end of the race because he's quick at the end. He's always busting out those fastest laps, So.
Yeah, definitely. definitely. But like I said, congratulations on finishing first tonight of the
Thank you.
F3 League. Are we going to see more of this in the podiums? We'll have to wait and see, but I'm not going to blame it on you each time. We have to do the boogie with a bougie on that one. So well done tonight, mate. If you can hold on for a few more minutes, that'll be fantastic to talk about Spain, if that's
Yeah, yeah.
okay. Okay, thank you very much. Captain, Captain, aye. How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, nice to be back on the podium.
Is it like a bus that you have to wait for? Is it just like you're waiting for a long bus and then all of a sudden you get podiums left, right, and centre now this week? Oh,
I don't know. I think it's more a case of Bahrain's definitely my best race on the calendar. So I think this might be my one and only. But if it is, it was a good race. It was a fun one.
I was, I had like a hinge thinking, would Captain Stiff do like, would he do the double, like win the same race this in 2 days with two different leagues? And I thought when you did that same, I was a bit worried near the end of the strategy because I thought you went in a bit. Did you had to go in earlier than expected from what you did last night, or?
Yeah, I had to come in 2 laps earlier, which I think probably was the reason why I just couldn't catch up to Booge at the end. Like you said, getting caught in that fight with Richard probably just let him stretch his legs out a little bit because I'd say in the last like 3 laps I was really starting to struggle in the tyres, and then equally I noticed Richard was starting to struggle in his mediums, but I think yeah by the end those extra 2 laps that I had to do on the softs just really kind of killed off the chance of going for the win.
Yeah. Oh, that's absolutely gutting because from what I've seen, you've improved left, right, and centre, Captain, and I've always said this every time. And I hope you keep that road going. I'm not doing it as a commentator's curse to a commentator curse on that one. So, but yeah, you've done a magnificent drive. Where's this pace come from, Captain?
That's a good question. Probably one of these patches that Codemasters keep putting in.
Oh, okay.
But
Uh,
it was yeah, no, Bahrain's one of my favourites on the calendar. I think next week in Spain, I said last night in performance that I think I'll struggle next week. I've never really enjoyed the circuit, so there's definitely races on the calendar that I'm expecting to do a little bit better in. Bahrain was one I kind of pinned before the season started that I thought I had a chance of at least challenging for a podium, if not a top five. So yeah, the fact that I was able to get up from ninth to second staying, and equally Tej managed to get up from 16th to fifth was yeah, pretty good, decent result for the Williams team.
yeah, as you just said that, Tom did, aka Ted Ross, did comment it saying, "Woohoo, Williams," for second and fifth, and then it says Al had a stop go but did not record, so that might. I think this is like the final three positions as what we see anyway. So I think that might be the problem, um, unless someone else did record it. Unfortunately, I think this is the positions that they're in. But like I said, Captain, it's a fantastic start for the Williams team. Do you think you've got a good chance of challenging the McLarens this season?
I'd like to think so. Tom's going to be a great teammate. He knows his stuff. He's very. We talked during qualifying where we can improve over our laps, and so yeah, we're going to help each other, and hopefully, I think the McLarens are probably going to be the strongest. I think Dan had an unfortunate race today, obviously crashing out in qualifying, so he started down the grid. But yeah, you've got a lot of strong teams across the grid. You've still got the Saubers look pretty strong on their day. The Mercedes of Sab and Clyde look like they're going to be a pretty tasty team. So yeah, I think we've given ourselves the best start, but it's going to be a good fight throughout the season.
Oh, okay, that's fantastic. I think it'll be a battle between yourself and McLaren. I know it's only one race out of 12, but that's just the battle. It's like Williams McLaren before the Saab split, Mercedes split, the Williams and McLaren battle. It's like a pattern going on that one, but it's a massive boost for the Williams team. And like I said, Captain, whatever happens, I hope you do well throughout the whole season. One more question actually. For the F3 League, who's going to be, as I said to Buji, who do you think is your main rival as from what you've seen in the pre-season and in tonight's race?
I think the top six, if you look at the top six tonight, I think that's probably going to be the guys that I think might be fighting towards the front. So if you've got Booge, you've got Richard, Sab, Tej, and Dan. So yeah, we've got a really strong field this season, so it really could go anywhere. But it's just fun to be fighting at the front. So yeah, bring them on.
Or fighting talk here. You've heard that, ladies and gentlemen, on that one. So fair play to Captain Stiff, and well done for getting second, mate. And keep up with the good work as always, whether it's driving or the commentary. You know what I mean. That's it. So cheers for that, Captain. You mind staying for a few more minutes, if that's all right?
Yeah, no worries, man.
Thank you very much. F1 Richard, how you doing?
Hello again, Malk. I'm good, thank you.
It feels like back to what it was before, straight from last season, isn't it? From
I
the
hope it can be like that, yeah.
yeah, definitely. I mean, that was a fantastic drive from you tonight. Where did you get that from tonight?
I don't know, because I'm sort of echoing what Booge was saying. I don't like Bahrain. I really don't. Every time me and Dan's been practicing, Dan has absolutely mullered me. He really has. So I'm gutted for Dan in the qualifying.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm the same as Booge. I really never seem to go that well here. So I'm gobsmacked tonight. I'm made up with that. Just unluckily, I couldn't keep Gareth behind me.
Yeah. I think it would have been a different story if you went on to different strategies. Would you have gone for a different strategy at the time, or did you think that was the best that you could have done tonight for third?
I sort of went for that because like I say, I'm not too keen on the track. I went for the safe option,
Okay.
which I thought was the softs to the mediums. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Like I said, I mean, I've known you for. It feels like I've known you for ages, but I've only known you for like a few of the seasons of Invictus, and same with Captain Stiff. You guys have been improving, and yourself, F1, Richard, you have improved left, right, centre, and I hope you keep up the good work. I mean, would you say Williams will be the one to watch out for to get get their title off you this season?
They're a strong side, aren't they? A strong team rather. Gareth and Tej, yeah, and there are like Gareth was saying, the top six tonight. Yeah, there's some nice fights to be had, I think, this season.
Yeah, I mean, there was from what I saw, I was trying to get it was a manic start. I was trying to get from one battle to another. It was just like it's like zip, zip, zip. I was trying to do that quick, and I'd lost my voice after lap 4 of that, to be honest. But it was a good battle for yourself, F1, Richard. What was your best moment, would you say, in the race tonight?
It was just the actual start and being at the front and being able to just constantly do my lap times and concentrate. I think if I'd have been qualified in the middle, I would have struggled. But because I was sort of at the front, Sab got past me again. He's done that twice now, once in
Yeah.
pre-season. But yeah, but once you get that space and you can sort of just concentrate and start nailing every lap and every corner, and yeah, so basically just being in a bit of space helps, I think.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. But don't get me wrong, This is one epic battle, and I can't wait. Like you said, it could be the top six. Um, I think it'll be the top six that I'm seeing that could be battling out for the title. Maybe for the drivers, maybe for the constructors, maybe who knows? Could be anything
I
anymore.
I knew I was in trouble, sort of as I was going up the hill towards, is it turn 3 or 4?
Yeah.
And as I was going up there, it came up on the screen that Gareth had just done the fastest lap. I thought, oh, he's not too far behind.
I bet
And
it's. Oh,
yeah, and
oh,
I actually thought, please catch me quicker, because if he would have caught me quicker, I'd have been tempted to play a bit of a game and sort of ease him past, sort of to get after Booge. But yeah,
oh,
we sort
okay.
of we sort of had a stalemate for a bit,
Yeah,
and
it's my
then
fault.
yeah, I, I wanted to play tactics, Gareth, but
Oh, bless, bless. Tedra, okay, Tom says, I want to watch race, lol. He says, well done, Richard. Williams coming for you. That's what he said. So, But it could be a good battle, and I can't wait for it tonight for the rest of the season. But as I said, for you, F1 Richard, who would be your main rival for this season? I know you said top six, but I'll just try and see what your
Yeah.
thoughts are. Who do you think's your main rival after you've seen pre-season and tonight's race?
I think with Sab obviously disappearing for 3 weeks down under, that's going to obviously dent his championship hopes. But I think Booj and Dan, my teammate Dan, I
Yeah, yeah.
think they could be having some battles. I think further ahead, definitely.
Oh, okay. Oh, this is like tantalising stuff tonight. I just can't. It's just interesting stuff. But Tom says McLaren versus Williams, good season, long battle. I hope. Well, I hope so. Hope so. But
Yeah,
there's so many
yeah,
good battles left, right, and centre, and yourselves, guys. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, well done for getting third tonight, F1 Richard. Brilliant drive as
cheers, Mark.
always. And I did get the McLaren thing right from last season. That I should have sticked with the McLaren for the. I said it might be McLaren or Red Bull for the
It was on count. It was on count back there, wasn't it? It was
Yeah,
tight.
yeah, it was tight, but I had to is it Red Bull? Is it McLaren? That one? But no. But yeah, so well done, F1 Richard, for getting third. If you can hold on for a few more minutes, that'll be fantastic to talk about Spain, if that's all right.
Okay, Mark.
Right, so I've just talked to the guys about their battles for tonight's race. So now I'm just briefly going to talk to them about the next race, which is Spain. It's only the last two questions for each of them anyway, and then you can hear my last thoughts of the race tonight. So to Buji, to Captain, and then to F1 Richard, I'm going to say, what's your thoughts of Spain, and what are your expectations of next week's race? So Buji, what are your thoughts of Spain? And what are your expectations for next week at Spain?
Well, to be blunt, I hate Spain.
Right.
There's
Right,
there's
you
no
heard
other way
that.
to say it. But I said the same thing about Bahrain, so I don't know. I just don't get on with Spain. I actually quite I like the track layout, but I just never do well there, especially that I don't know what turn it is, that awkward left-hander where you just lose your tail every single time. I just don't get on with it
Is
ever.
it?
I don't know why.
Is it? Is it
Turn
just that
eight.
turn
Not like
eight?
turn eight.
Yeah, turn eight.
Yeah, if you go in on the curb, you slide. If you go too wide, your back end goes out. It's like the slightly uphill left-hander.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I just, I don't know what it is. I like the track itself, but much like Bahrain, I don't get on well there. I never have, but I did well tonight, so you never know.
Fair enough, Buji. But let's hope we don't blame it on the Spain, shall we, on that one. So, but thank you very much for thank you for joining us. But yeah, well done for the win tonight, Buji, and I wish you all the very best of luck. Hopefully, there'll be more podiums. But whatever happens,
Thank you. I hope so too.
whatever happens, hope you have a good
Congratulations,
race.
Booch.
Thank you very much.
Uh,
Congrats to you too as well. Well done.
Cheers, mate.
Just well.
Oh, sorry. Captain Stiff, again, same with Buji. What are your thoughts of Spain, and what are your expectations for next week's F3 race?
Yeah, I like I said last night, I'm echoing Booge. I'm not a fan of Barcelona at all.
Right, you heard that. You heard that, guys. They'll be on the top two.
Yeah.
On that one.
Whereas Booge will probably still be quite competitive. I really seem to struggle turn 8, turn 11, both of them really cannot get it right. So yeah, I'll definitely need a turnaround in fortune if I'm gonna get a decent result next week. So I'll give it a go over the week and get some laps in. But yeah, it looks like next week's going to be a tricky one. It's such a difficult circuit to overtake on as well. So I think strategy and grid positioning and qualifying might play a huge part in the race.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. But it's one of those tracks, and Tom said it just on the comments. He just said turn 8, the jinking left on that one, but it's more of the track where you've got to be master it. And I don't know what it is. It's that blind right-hand turn before the DRS straight. I think that's turn 10. No, 11. I think turn 10, 11, just over the bridge. blind spot. We go right hand side, like full pelch before the DRS straight, and then you go up to that weird end of the second sector into the third. It's that corner. I can't remember what it was, but I think it's turn 11. But that's the one where I just feel like it's more dodgy as hell on that one. But I'm glad I'm not racing. Yeah, I'm glad on that one. But Captain, I just want to say massive congratulations on you getting second place tonight, and I wish you all the very best this season. Hopefully there'll be more podiums this season. Not doing it as a commentator's curse, by the way, on that one. So, but yeah, it should be a fantastic battle for you, Captain. So congratulations on getting second, mate. Well done.
Much appreciated, mate. And yeah, well done to the other two.
Oh, fair dues, fair dues. This is what I like. This is what I like about the guys here. You know, mutual respect, banging wheels. Fair on there. That's fair dues on that one. So, F1 Richard, for the last two questions of the night, what are your thoughts of Spain and what are your expectations for next week?
Well, if you were playing a fruit machine, Malk, you've just hit the jackpot because I don't like it either.
Oh, I
I
knew
really
it.
don't.
Right, you heard that.
I sort of, when I'm practicing, I keep up because my memory is terrible. I sort of have a notebook, and I remember writing down, "Do not touch the curbs." And then I saw one of Gareth's tweets talking about these curbs of hell or something. And I'm thinking, well, he's got the same sort of notion as me there. Yeah, I just cannot get on with it.
I'd love it if this was the top three next week.
Yeah, I know. Foreshadowing.
Right. You've heard that, guys. Put a tenner on for these three guys to get in the same order. I'm saying this now, in the same order, maybe different, same order. Who never knows what's going to happen next. So, one more question from Tom says, put a tenner on Mike's podium. Who do they fancy next week? I do not want. He says he does. I do not. I don't want that top three. He's just said as well. Who do they fancy next week? Okay, so, but yeah, it should be interesting. But like I said, the curbs are like the deadliest ones ever, and I do agree with the guys here. But I'm putting my tenner on. I'm going to the betting shop because I know these three are going to be on the top three based on what they said. I do not. If everyone says I don't like this track, they'll all try and aim for the podium stuff. So fair play.
All mind games are all absolute class at Spain.
Yeah,
There is no sandbagging here. No sandbagging here.
cough 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 on that one. But yeah, well done tonight, F1 Richard, and fantastic driving as always. I wish you the very best of luck in this season, and hopefully there'll be many podiums this season. Not with the commentator's curse, as I said before. Tom says I love Spain, and I remember back in the days when we won it. But yeah, cheers for that, guys. Much appreciated. I have talked to the guys about the podiums and their predictions for, well, their thoughts of next week's race. You guys can stay if you want to hear my last thoughts. If you want to go, I've got no problem with that. But I'm going to say my last few thoughts of the race in a minute and then stop the stream. So, while the guys, if they decide to stay or go, for now, I'm just going to say, cracking race, absolutely fantastic racing tonight. Start off with the battle from the beginning. I just never knew what to expect from everyone, and looking at it from everyone's point of view, I've never expected that. It was frantic from the first 4 laps, from top to bottom, and then middle, and then back to top, and then back to bottom. I don't even know what is going to happen. Yeah, but it was just absolutely insane stuff here. Absolutely insane. But as the race has gone on, it was just died off a bit. But I was expecting the battle between like Saab, Bougie, Captain, and F1 Richard. I thought Captain was going to go and do like the Speedy Gonzalez like he did last night with the Performance League on his first ever win for Invictus Racing League. And I thought he was going to do the double. But I kind of guessed that earlier on in the stream that because he pitted 2 laps earlier, I didn't think he would have caught up with Bougie or Saab near the end of the race. But I was really, really upset with Saab because with that 5 second, he would have definitely won the race. Unfortunately, because I've just been told that there's no video from him for that penalty, so unfortunately, he won't be able to remove it, I don't think. But obviously, we'll have to get that sorted. But as far as I know, Bougie did definitely win the race based on Saab's penalty. Captain Steve got second, and F1 Richard got third. And I'll tell you what, Williams and McLaren at the start is a fantastic boost for the F3 League so far. But fantastic stuff. And I'm going to say last few words now. Always remember, always remember, stay classy. See you later, guys. Take care of yourselves. See you next week at the glorious race of Spain. Bye bye.